Oh boy, this one's a mess. My fingers are raw, my earballs are dripping out of my brain holes, all because Jason Mansour, curse you, Jason Mansour, supporter of the cause, wanted to do, thank you, Jason, wanted to do Big Log by Robert Plant. This was a mission. I've got this piece of paper on my website to help you follow along with this video. RyanLent.com, show notes, but the title is in super secret backwards code, so no miscreants can horn in on our secret knowledge. Big log, ants on a log, bees, pollen, hay fever, allergy shot is what you're looking for. Allergy shot, so you can follow along. Here we go. Perfect excuse to bust out the Jimi Hendrix guitar. Okay, the super intro, the intro that comes before the intro, is going to be grab E1, then 3, slide up to 5, A3, A5, open A, followed by an A minor 7 chord, which is A minor but with the open G string. Now I think he's using the pinch method to grab the B string and the G string only. So you don't even have to put your middle finger on D2 there, but I like to put it there just in case I hit a wrong string. That way it won't be wrong. So, but the third time it hangs on that ring out chord, right? And the rhythm's a bit different, so I've been hiding my pick like kind of here-ish so I can do the, but have it handy dandy, and then it's, and now I'm gonna play open D instead of A5, because then we're going to give that A minor 7 a strum. And you need time to be able to get back to that A minor 7 chord. You almost can't do it if you try to play A5. So whole super intro. So on this piece of paper, I've got what look like measure lines, but they're not really measure lines. They're more like good places to stop thinking for a second lines and good places to pause what you're doing. But the chords, not the part is coming up next, but the chords, if you just want to strum along to the intro now, are going to be A minor, 7 or minor, it doesn't matter, G, D minor, F major 7, which is F with the open baby E string, followed by E minor, D minor, and then it does the super intro again, boom, 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 before it goes into the verse, but I've tabbed out all of the lead part, which incorporates the chords. Sometimes he hits the chords, sometimes he doesn't, but I've written the chords small above when they're just implied by what the bass is playing, if you want to just strum along. The lead part is using the A minor scale. You're probably familiar with the A minor pentatonic scale, which is 5/8, 5/7, 5/7, 5/7, 5/8, 5/8. But in this lead part, it adds the G string 4th fret in there. So I just want you to be aware that we're dealing with the A minor pentatonic plus another note from the A minor scale, mostly so that you're not in Lostville as we do this. First chunk, start on A7, D7, G4, 5, 4, 5, 7, 5, 7, 9. So, then you're going to bend the G string 7th fret, so we're back in normal A minor pentatonic position. Play it regular. 5, 4, then D7, back to G4. You can play that note here if you want. Watching that live video that's not really a live video because they're all lip syncing, the guitar player was going, right? So G7, 5, 4, D7, G4, now G5, and then hammer on pull off G4 and 5, down to D7. That's why, because you can't be like, I mean, I guess you could. And back to G4. Then we're going to bend the G string 6th fret, and then go 4, 2, open 2, and then the same kind of move of, except it's going to be 4, 2, 4, 2, open 2. So, then grab G5 and B5. This is the start of a little theme where he rhythmically repeats it in different places. So, G and B5, G4, B3, just G2, and then with your middle finger preferably, because you're going to make a little F major 7 chord here, and you're going to pluck down D, G, B, and when you get to the top, give it a backwards strum. So, followed by the second visit to this theme, but this time we're going to do it on D7 and G5. Move it down to D5 and G4, and then just D3 before you play E minor. So, and then a River of Deceit move, slide up from G2 to 4, grab B5, and then G2, pull off to open, and then D2. So, and then that same thing yet another place, A7 this time, and D5. Move it down 2 frets, 5 and 3, then just A3 before you arpeggiate a D minor chord. And then the exact same walk into our super intro. Alright, so the singing finally comes in after you do your last, and you're hanging on A minor 7, and then the fill here is going to be open 3, a little slide. You don't have very much room to slide, but just from wherever you can up to the 3rd fret, open 3, D2, G open, into D minor. This fill's going to be open 3 to 5 on the A string, D3, and then your pointer finger is going to have to do a mighty leap here because you need to go G2 to open, and then it's a G chord, but the G chord, he was playing it with thumb on E3 and pointer finger barring the B and E strings on the 3rd fret, and this is not so important here, but it's going to be more important later to do it this way, so play whichever G you want, but if you can fathom doing this. And then we're going to do our one more time before we grab our A minor 7, but we're going to strum down it, and then pointer finger pulls off that B string, pluck the G string, pluck the D string, and then D becomes 3, B1, that's a little, there's just 2 notes out of our F chord, right? And then 2 frets higher, so slide up on that D string and then pluck the B string. I'm going to pause and do that all. That was the first half of the verse. The second half of the verse goes all exactly the same up until the point where you hit the G chord. We're going to go down to F suspended 2. You have 2 choices. You can take this G shape that we've got and just move it down to the 1st fret, but the only problem with that is you can't strum the D string if you do this, so you kind of have to be selective there. Or you can play it as D3 and baby E and B1 with the open G string, which is I think what it is. And then you just kind of tinkle away on that for a little bit. So and then everything changes. I'm calling this the chorus. This is conceptually simple, but in practice not so easy. F minor 7 is just 1, 1, 1, 1 on D, G, B, E, followed by G sharp suspended 4 with a C sharp in the bass. It's going to be A4, that's our C sharp in the bass, but that's also the note that makes G sharp a suspended 4. So A4, D6, G5, and B4. 4 as well. Followed by C7 suspended 4. It's going to be A3, D5, G3, B6. Back to, thank goodness, regular F. So F minor 7, G sharp suspended 4 with a C sharp in the bass, C7 suspended 4, F, and then you do that the second time. Back to C7 suspended 4, back to F, back to 1 strum on C7 suspended 4. Say that 10 times fast. And then that part gets cut into the fill that was the fill before our G chord. And this is where I think it's important to do it this way. Hide your pick, you know, in your hand there. That's the transition. Pick, no pick, and you're going to go bass note. And now you can get both the little notes and the low note. And down to F that same way. It just really sounds like that snappy sound. That can only be fingers plucking real hard there. Then you do the fill again. One more time. And this part gets cut in with, except the one where it lasted longer. That one. So. But those are the pieces. So if you learn that really well and you go through the song, you'll be able to figure out which part goes where. And I thought I remembered there were a couple little nuancy things where a thing happened in a slightly different spot. But it's not on that piece of paper. So Jason, thank you so much for the challenge. I grew a lot in that earball exercise. And everybody else, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Good luck with this one, and I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.